For a grand adventure, put your hand here and say, I'm in. I'm in. All right. So let Oz happen to you. Let go of any worries from this week and any worries of this morning. And you know what they do in Oz? They sing. So let's all rise and let Gretchen lead us in the merry old land of Oz.
Oh, and a couple of tra-la-las, that's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Buzz, 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 chirp, 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 and a couple of la-di-das, that's how the crickets crinkle day in the merry old land of Oz. We get up at 12 and go to work at 1, take an hour for lunch and then at 2 we're done. Jolly good fun. Oh, 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 and a couple of tra-la-las, that's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Ah, 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 ah. That's how we laugh the day away with a ha, 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 and a oh, 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 in the merry old land of Oz. Pat, pat here, pat, pat here, couple of brand new straws. That's how we keep you young and fair in the merry old land of Oz. Rub, rub here, rub, rub there, in your tin old bras. That's how we keep you in repair in the merry old land of Oz. We can make a dimpled smile out of a frown. Can you even dye my eyes to match my gown? Uh-huh, jolly old town. There, clipped it there, we give the roughest claws. That certain hair of silver fair in the merry old land of Oz. Ho, 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 couple of tra-la-las, with how we love the day away in the merry old land of Oz. That's how we love the day away, in the merry old land of Oz.
So welcome to the merry old land of unity. Good morning, everyone. I'm Char Bennington. It's a pleasure to see all of you. It's a pleasure, I'm sure, as we woke up to see the beautiful sun outside. It's a pleasure. The sun is stunning outside and the view is stunning in here to see all of you. Thank you so much for joining us, every one of you. Your presence is an incredibly important part of this service. And so we are grateful to each and every one of you for joining us. Each Sunday we come together to celebrate our oneness with one another and our oneness with God. We honor here at Unity the many paths to God, the many names for God, and the many ways in which to experience God. We welcome people of every culture, lifestyle, and creed. And we give thanks for the presence of God that is within each and every one of us. We come here each Sunday and we mirror that back to each other. And we are grateful for the expression of joy, love, and truth in our lives. Today we join with people all around the world who are reading the daily word. And today's word is guidance. One of my favorites. God guides me to the highest good. Sometimes I may face challenges that I don't know how to meet. I may feel hopeless, worried, or lost. In a fog of anxiety, I may hesitate or freeze, afraid of moving in the wrong direction. My mind first turns to past experiences for answers, and then I realize I am ready for fresh ideas. I take a deep breath and I remember to turn to God for guidance. Divine Mind knows my truth and is the source of wisdom, always there for me when I seek equipment at this time. If by chance you need to use your phone, please step into the Sunshine Gallery during the service, and we thank you. And now Reverend Heidi has some updates and some good things for you.
Thank you, Shar. That's right. So good morning, and welcome to Unity in Chicago, your home on Thome. And there's no place like Thome. Yes. So we're so glad you're here, and this is a place where we invite you to really feel at home, to be yourself, to relax, and recognize you're perfect just the way you are. We call this a spiritual community of love, light, and laughter, and we let love, light, and laughter be our way of life. So I wonder if we just can start with a moment of prayer. If you will, just close your outer eye and open your inner eye, as we say, and let's breathe into this beautiful day. We recognize that as we sing about the merry land of Oz and we say our ha-ha-has and our ho-ho-hos, that it is that feeling of being alive, connecting with joy, the courage to be happy, the courage to find that light of divinity that's within each of us. And we have a special time today to send that energy of light and love to the area of Nepal that has dealt with an earthquake yesterday and the challenges that they will be dealing with today, and the people that have lost their lives and the people that love those people. And we just send that great energy of love to that area and know that that is what we can do right here and right now. And we surround those folks and everyone involved with a sense of peace and wellness, and knowing that the opportunities that will present these people will be beyond what we can imagine in this moment, but we know that it'll even be a greater sense of folks helping each other and connecting with each other. And we send special prayers to Be Young and Dwayne Barnes. Their granddaughter, Hannah, is over in Nepal at this time, and we just bless her and know that she is well and safe. So let's take a moment in the silence to just keep our hearts open, sending love to Nepal and all the people involved. So we allow our heart space to remain open and know that that is the responsibility of being a spiritual being, is that we keep our heart open, we send that loving vibration to those great folks anytime we have a thought about Nepal. We know that God is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. So wherever anyone is, God is, and all is well and is becoming well. And so it is. Amen. So I'm glad you all are here, and I'm glad you all are willing to stay awake. That's really what we're doing here. I want to just tell you a number of things that are happening here at Unity in Chicago, because we really are a spiritual community that's every day of the week, things are always going on. And so we're so glad that you all come during the week and be part of this spiritual extravaganza. First of all, we have finally completed our business directory. It is in print. Dan Paterno put it together. Many of you advertised in the business directory. If you have advertised in it, please take one. If you haven't, please purchase one for $5. And you wouldn't. There are so many wonderful, wonderful talents of people in here, services. And wouldn't it be great to call a Unity person when you needed something done? Then you can actually say, you know, peace of God be with you, and come on over, and divine orders at work, and it wouldn't be all these other things you get to talk about when you're not talking to somebody you know is on a spiritual path. So our business directory is for sale at the Wings. Is Dan Paterno here? I just performed the wedding ceremony of Matthew and John Scothorn last night, and he was there, and it was quite a party. So I'm not surprised he's not here. So we know Dan is resting. Yes. Okay, so let me tell you a number of things that are happening. We know Marianne Williamson and James Von Prague are coming. Marianne will be here in May, and James Von Prague will be here in June. Marianne's here the 15th and 16th, and James Von Prague is here June 17th and 18th. We are almost sold out, so if you want a ticket, the front areas are sold out, but obviously the back areas are great, and so please get a ticket. We really want this to... They say sneeze on the truth, so thank you, Katie. Anyway, so do purchase your tickets, and it's going to be an extraordinary experience. If you had any interest, if you're ready to go to Alaska at sea, Spirit at Sea, many Unity churches are taking a trip from September 19th to the 26th, and this is this month is when, if you book this month, you get a free excursion. So flyers are over at the Wings of Prosperity. We are going to be a big presence at the Pride Parade this year. Yes, yes. And this year we are renting a trolley. Is that going to be so cute? Yes, yes. We don't have a picture of it yet, but I believe it's red. And we're renting this trolley. So the church has contributed the entry fee of $550, but the trolley and then the T-shirts we want to make and the bracelets and all that, we want to raise $2,500. And so we have a table up here, very colorfully decorated, as only a Pride Parade table would be, and one downstairs. So Doug McMorrow is our team leader. Is Doug here, or is he? Yes, there's Doug right back there. Yay, Doug. So he will tell you what all is needed, and Katie Mertens and Nordy Knessetic will be downstairs. So $2,500, that's $100 from 25 people, or $50 from 50 people, and a lot of people here. So we have a big bucket for big prosperity, so just go for it. And then we'll all, June 28th, we'll all be there at the Pride Parade on our really groovy trolley. It'll be fantastic. All righty. So let's see here. Okay, next Sunday is the yearly youth-run service. So please come next week. They're calling it, we're all in this together. They're at the 9:30 service, the youth-run service. They'll tell you more about that at the end of the service. But we will not be missing the Wizard of Oz series, because at 11:30 we're having the service called Which Are You? And isn't it fascinating that my sisters are in town? Yes. So little do they know it, but we will be asking them, which witch are you? And we do know who was the good witch in our family. Oh, yes. So anyway, so you want to make both services next Sunday, 9:30 for the youth run service, and then come and talk about which witch are you? Yes. And at the end of this series, we are going to show the film on June the 5th, hopefully outside Friday night. We hope to have a screen outside. And then we'll have Costume Day on June the 7th. All right? So be thinking about this. Any character from Wizard of Oz, I can't wait to see how this is going to work out. Okay. So we so appreciate that, Unity is a place. I came because friends of mine brought me, and so we are celebrating friendship today, and we have a cake downstairs afterward, and we have a rose to give you. So if you brought a friend, if you would like to stand with your friends, we'd really love to celebrate your friends. And if you're here even for like the second time and you came with a friend at some point, ladies, y'all come on, we got a rose for you. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. That's right. Yeah, all right. Perfect. I think we're good. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. And again, there is cake for you downstairs. So you all please let the people with the roses get the cake first, okay? Just, let's be polite already. And so we light our candle. Yes, we let go of the outside world, although we love the outside world. And we put on our sweater of spirituality, not for much longer, for Pretty soon it'll just be our wrap. Yes. And so we say, looking at this light and feeling that light within, I am the light of the world. And look at 2 of your neighbors. We don't do 5 or 6, y'all. So you are the light of the world. That's fine. And now we say together, we are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. Wonderful. And so we're all going to rise, since it's Friendship Sunday, and say thank you for being a friend. All right, there we go. Lots of friends, lots of friends. Well, let me get a card. Can I get the card? Thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, and we welcome our online audience. Do you know our website touches or is connected with 69 countries? Isn't that amazing? So I know Christy Curry's on a break, but let's give her a big thanks when she gets back. And yay, Christy, maybe she's watching. And our U-verse that was installed by Ross Colby also touches 14 plus countries, yeah. So all I'm saying is act good because all these people are watching. All right, so we're, let's say together our affirmation, which is what our service is about today, which is about courage, yeah, right, and bravery. So we say together, I boldly and bravely step into the life I was born to live. And we breathe into this. So we are in for such an amazing treat, and you're really here by divine appointment, but for the most amazing Sunday. She is called the Queen of Mental Health. Yes. All right, and Janice Stanfield is here today as our guest vocalist, guest performer. I'll just tell you a little bit about Jana. Jana, in my talk, I'll tell you about how her song has affected my life, but Jana has a vocal ministry that has touched hundreds of people. She has done 2 TED Talks. She is a pioneer in the New Thought Troubadours. She's a triple platinum selling songwriter for songs on radio, television, and movies. She's been winning awards for New Thought music going all the way back to the very first Posy Music Awards. And that was, we won't even say how many years ago, but I've been listening to Jana's music for 20 years at least. And it has been the catalyst that would allowed me to move forward, because we have to know that people have gone before us. We have to be inspired. We have to be inspired by something that it tells us that we're more than we are. Jana is extraordinary. She takes now people on voluntours. They've been to Thailand, to Bali, Vietnam, Cambodia, Bahrain, just Burma, yes, and on and on and on. And the main thing that Jana reminds us is just how brave and courageous and bold we truly are. So without further ado, Jana Stanfield.
I was introduced to this church the first time by our amazing friend Megan McDonough. How many of you are familiar with Megan McDonough? Yeah. And our love goes out to the music director at that time. I remember coming to this church, and one of the things I loved was the very happy, peppy music that our beloved Ed Tossing brought to this church. That was a long time before this song was even written, that I was coming to this church maybe once a year long ago and being influenced by the unity message. I wrote this song with a person from a Center for Spiritual Living in Nashville, where I was living at the time. So you'll hear where we get our material when you hear this song. What would I do if I knew I could not fail? Ask yourself, if I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where true believers dare to tread and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? This has a nice little sing-along part that goes like this. What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today? Try it. If I were brave, what would I do today? If I were brave, what would I do today? If I were brave. I invite you to open your mind to those little brave things that you just haven't done because they seem to be too much trouble and might not be possible. You're busy doing all those things that some you're interested in and some maybe you've outgrown. But you're still doing them because they're safer than trying the next new thing for you. Safer than saying yes to the rest of your destiny. And yet, what if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a sea, are there miracles in you and me? Well, if you've ever known of a baby being born, it is clear there are miracles in you and me. Think maybe that's the only one? I think not. I think there are more miracles where that came from. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where true believers dare to tread, and I'll never lose faith, even when losing my way, and I do lose my way. But what step would I take today if I were brave? Would you sing it with me now? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? refuse to listen to the voice of fear with the voice of courage whisper in my ear. Maybe this is what I'd hear. I am brave enough to move ahead where true believers dare to tread. And I'll never lose faith, even when losing my way. So what step would I take today? I am brave. This time we're gonna sing it. What will I do today? I am brave. Like this. What will I do today? I am brave. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So good to be back
Oh
here.
my gosh, wow. I was hoping my mic was turned off because I'm singing the whole song. Shara's like, yeah, we know you know it. So we're going to have Jana come back up in just a moment. Jana Stanfield, wow, thanks for following your heart. I love that first part of this song. What would I do if I knew, I'll be down here. What would I do if I knew I could not fail? What would I do if I knew the wind always filled up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. Because the hero, I don't know about you all, but most of us have had heroes that were outside of us. And something that felt like, I don't know about that hero thing, or when I think about a hero, I got to throw on a cape or put on a mask and I'm going to go save the world. But I forget to eat, and I forget to sleep, and I forget to rest, and I forget to whatever it is, go to the healer. I forget to do my own work. And so perhaps this superhero is really not what we are about. It's about being that hero. So let's look up these superheroes that, right? These guys, right? And these ladies, right? Okay, but my problem with all these folks are none of them are smiling, right? They look like, take on the world. And that may be how we do life, is this feeling to take on the world. But right underneath Superman, before he throws everything on, he's Clark Kent, who's really this very nice, mild-mannered soul. Just a fellow, a guy hanging out on the planet doing its thing. And then we cover up and then we feel like we have to take on the world. So our question today, what would I do today if I were brave? Perhaps it's about what would I do today if I really knew I had everything I needed? What would that risk that I would take that I don't have to do that? Now, this starts really early. I saw a young man in the Starbucks the other day that was already dressed up. Do you have that little kid? Right, okay. Now, he was having fun. He was running around Starbucks. Everybody's like, I'm trying to get my latte, kid. But he was having fun, but as, we grow, then it becomes not fun to have to take on the world and to save everyone. And Jana's song just brings us into that. How about the hero's already in me? So I trust the hero in me. It was 1999, and I went to visit a friend that lived on the island of Maui. And when I was there, I saw people leaving. And what would I do today if I was brave? I thought they're already running out. I got something to do. So I was like, there's Dwayne. He's doing something. And I went to Maui, and I had this experience that I have had when I've walked into a Unity church, when I have had that experience of, gosh, I'm home. There's a home that's going on in me, and the more that I'm on this path, I really start to listen to that voice. And it said, you need to have some time here. You need to experience this place. And I had no information about how that was going to happen. In fact, everybody looked way too happy. Right, everybody looked way too blissed out. I thought, oh, I'm not so blissed, I'm not so happy. But I wanted to experience this. And I came back to the mainland, and what do you think everybody said when I said I want to move to Maui? You're crazy, it's too expensive, is what everybody kept telling me. And I'm like, yeah, but there's lots of people that live there. I hate to tell you, but there's lots of people that live there. So maybe I'm going to embrace the consciousness of the people that live there. But I'll tell you what I did, and what came to me by divine order, as what's coming to all of us today as we're sitting here, is I went to a Unity church, and it wasn't Jana, but somebody was singing If I Were Brave, and I got this little CD. Yes, Jana has got long dark hair here, but as we get to live our spiritual path, we get to do whatever we want to do. Yes. But there's a crack in it, and I can tell you, this song, I decided not to listen to any of it's too far away, it's too expensive, how are you going to do that? You're going to fall off the face of the earth. I decided to listen to What Would I Do Today If I Were Brave? And I listen to this song every single day. I sing it not quite as well as you, but close. I would scream it in my car, and I kept singing, this idea, what would I try today if I knew I couldn't fail? That the wind always filled up my sail. Well, how far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. And I kept thinking, what is one step? See, I wasn't going to get on the plane the next day, but what was the next step? I needed to close things down where I was. I was living in Florida, and I needed to hold the idea. I got the map out, and I was looking at Hawaii, this little bitty spot in the middle of nowhere, and I'm thinking, how is this going to work? But the idea was that I felt the inspiration. See, the how was none of our business, right? We say that a lot. The how is none of my business. Can we say this together? The how is none of my business. And then I was so involved with this song, and it shifted me and moved me, and then pretty soon it was that I couldn't not have that energy, and I ended up moving to Maui. And years later, I went to a house concert at Richard McDeese's house, and I go in, and Janice Stanfield is sitting there, and I'm like, I probably still had it in my purse. I'm like, looking at her and I'm like, Janice Stanfield. And what I've recognized in getting to know her, she's just one of the most remarkable people, and what she does is she lives bravely. She lives boldly. We finally get to understand that vulnerability is where our strength is. And so, Jana, if you will entertain us for a moment. We are in our Wizard of Oz series, and so I'd like us to look at this lion that was all about being bold and brave, but he discovers there's something much more powerful about being vulnerable. So let's watch our cowardly lion. Whoops.
I don't like this forest. It's dark and creepy.
Of course I don't know, but I think it'll get darker before it gets lighter.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
We might. Animals that eat straw?
Some, but mostly lions and tigers and bears.
Lions?
And tigers?
And bears.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Which one are you afraid? I'll fight you both together if you want. I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Oh, pulling an axe on me, eh? Sneaking up on me, eh? Why?
Here. Go away and let us alone.
Oh, scared, huh? Afraid, huh? How long do you stay fresh in that can? Come on, get up and fight, you shivering junkyard. Put your hands up, you lopsided bag of hay.
Now, that's getting personal, Lion.
Yes. Get up and teach him a lesson.
Well, what's wrong with you teaching them?
Well, I hardly know him.
Well, I'll get you anyway, Pee-wee.
Shame on you.
What did you do that for? I didn't buy them.
No, but you tried to. It's bad enough picking on a straw man, but when you go around picking on poor little dogs.
Well, you didn't have to go and hit me, did you? Is my nose bleeding?
Well, of course not. My goodness, what a fuss you're making. Well, naturally, when you go around picking on things weaker than you are, why, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right, I am a coward. I haven't any courage at all. I even scare myself. Look at the circles under my eyes. I haven't slept in weeks.
Why don't you try counting sheep?
That doesn't do any good. I'm afraid of them.
Oh, look at the lion, right. So we see the lions and tigers and bears can be all kinds of things, can't they? For me, it was having a new home that was always available to me, but I didn't recognize that the courage is something I had to find within me. So thank you for writing that song, right? And I always love, yes, it's amazing. Because I find unity is that place, as Jesus told us, that it's the Father's good kingdom to give us, Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom, that we have all of these things like intelligence and a heart and courage, and we're looking for them, and we think we get them outside of ourselves. And so I always love, Jana, when I have a song or a book that has touched me so deeply I'm so excited you were coming, because I really wanted to hear sort of the story behind how that song came to you and through you, and because you've touched, I know, my life and so many hundreds of people that I could not have moved to Maui without that song. And so I'm really glad you wrote it.
Yeah, you know, I was a television news reporter, and I took that job because I couldn't decide between being an entertainer or being a social worker. I wanted to be a missionary, or I wanted to be an entertainer. There's really no middle ground between that.
Well, you could be a minister.
I couldn't, yes. I just couldn't see that at the time. And, you know, I told God I wanted to be on TV. I learned you need to be more specific, or you may spend the next 4 years chasing ambulances. I was the crime beat reporter. So I covered crimes and trials.
Scoot up just
Shall
a
we
little bit,
stand
'cause
up?
I know there's here.
I don't mind standing.
Okay, we
I
can
mean,
stand too. Okay, good, because I'm thinking.
Because yeah, we want to be inclusive so that everyone can hear and see. Yeah, so I was covering crimes and trials for 4 years, and being woken up in the middle of the night. You know, Jenna, there's a murder, and you know we're going live in an hour. Get there. And that was my job. And as you can see, being a person with the gift of gab and wanting to be a social worker or a missionary, that's not how I wanted to use my communication skills. And I knew every day for 4 years that I was taking up space in some other girl's dream job. Have you ever taken up space in someone else's dream job? Maybe it was your dream job in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
But now you're there because it's safe. And because there's something in you that's afraid to believe that you could do that thing you would really like to do. And maybe you don't know what that thing is. That's why what step would I take today if I were brave is so important.
Yes, yes. And you wrote that 20 years ago or so. And had you already left the job of the...
Yes, I did.
Because when you're reporting on more murders, they're really not asking you to sing about if you were brave.
No.
Right, okay, right.
No.
So that was pretty scary to step into spiritual entertainment.
It was. And I wasn't even in spiritual entertainment. I just thought, okay, I'm going to be, the next big thing. And so I looked at, where I should go: Chicago, New York, Austin, Nashville. Pretty much Nashville was the place because I could play those 3 chords in the first 3 frets of the guitar, which made me ideally suited to that town. And and it turned out to be a songwriting town. Really, it's all about what is the song saying and meaning. Now, you talked about vulnerability.
Yes.
I went there to be the next big thing, and I also started going to 12-step meetings, which was a big, brave step for me. If you've ever gone to a 12-step meeting of any kind, nobody says, hey, I think it'd be fun today to go to a 12-step meeting. You go there because there's some divine discontent. Am I right?
That's what we talked about last week.
Yes, we will anonymously nod our heads. And those 12-step meetings met at the Unity Church in Nashville. And when I looked at what was on the wall and in their brochures, and I saw what Unity believed, I just went, there are others? This is what I believe. So I started coming to church. Richard McDeesey was the music director.
Yes. Isn't that, talk about divine order, right?
And I want to put another thing together about that brave story. So, looking back retroactively, I can see, it's written about wanting to leave that job as a reporter, but that's not the only thing. There's something really significant that involves Megan McDonough. And the only reason she's not here is because she's a music director at another church now. But this was her church. I feel like I'm in Megan's home church, and it really touches my heart to think of the history that Megan and I have that goes back to when she was pregnant with her son, and he's in his 20s now, so we always know how long we've been friends. I was going to these 12-step meetings, and I had written this little song, and I was writing it on the way to Atlanta to visit some friends. And I was writing this song.
We knew we couldn't get through the talk without a guitar.
I was writing this song for the people in my 12-step group. It was the first time that I wasn't writing a song that I hoped would become a #1 song on the radio. I wasn't thinking about, will millions of people like this? I was just thinking, would this be helpful to me and the friends in my 12-step group? And I'm going to see if I can remember a little bit of what I was writing, because it's going to connect to Megan McDonough. At times when trouble has me up against the wall, I'd like to know if I could give you a call. You won't believe how much help you can be if you'll just listen to me. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to understand. I'm not looking for a handout. You won't have to lend a hand. But if you'll lend me your ears, I'll open my heart to you. You won't believe how much help you can be if you'll just listen to me.
So beautiful. Thank you. And Janet, the idea of that level of vulnerability, in fact, when I watched The Wizard of Oz over and I watched the lion, he came out with his "I'm a lion and this is what I'm supposed to be," and he's scaring everyone. And then the minute he starts getting into his vulnerability is when all of his friends are there. Everyone's like, "Oh, come with us. We can all do this together." And so I'm loving looking at this on the spiritual path as far as the symbolism in it, as we do at Unity, and how your song and your vulnerability at a 12-step meeting, how that is really where the courage is. The bravery to say whatever it is, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a codependent, and then beyond that, I'm a child of God, I'm a hero. What is my next step when I embrace, and I love how you've changed the song now, "Since I Am Brave," or "What will I do because I am brave?" And you now have created a sister song, because I want to talk about the activity we have for you all, because we know this is an into action experience. Because the next song is "What Would I Do This Year If I Had No Fear?" Right? And we have, you can put up the little bit of verbiage from that too, because that sort of has been your evolution into the next piece. And we're going to close with this piece too, but you can see Megan. This is called "Happening in the Moment." Yes. So, no. It's the next one. It's about the Palomino. But tell me about the year and with no fear.
What would I do this year if I had no fear? What would I do today if I were brave is about what is that step I would take today. Because when we're looking at what I would do this year if I had no fear, going to Hawaii is a great thing to visualize and think of, and what would I do today if I were brave?
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, you said you went to Nashville and you wanted to make the big star, and you found the 12-step program. And I went to Hawaii and I was, thinking that I would just, bliss out the entire time, and I did for a few months. I love it when they say the sun's out and everybody claps. In Hawaii, it's like, it's just another beautiful day. You have to get used to it. But what I found was a deep sense of needing to meditate. I had a big heartbreak there. I thought it was going to be all aloha, and I had to really grow there. Little did I know. So I think this is part of what we talk about on this journey as we're taking these steps, is that it's, your bravery is going to show you something more about yourself. Mm-hmm. And so this year, Without Fear, I know you wrote some of these lyrics about it too. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm making a list of things I haven't done in life and my whiny ass excuses. For why I never even tried. The Palomino, never ridden. I have this visualization that I want to ride a Palomino like Trigger. And I want it to be a great horse that I can gallop on and completely trust this horse. I grew up on horses, but I never rode a Palomino. It's a little thing, but on the day that I see a Palomino and I'm set up to ride a horse and it's a Palomino, that's going to be so special to me. It's just one of those little bucket list things. The Palomino never ridden, the piano never played. My mom taught piano lessons. And by the time I was in 7th grade, I refused to take piano lessons. Did you ever do anything dumb when you were a teenager and sort of shoot yourself in the foot from some great opportunity that you had? And so my mom is in her 70s, and when I go back, I take piano lessons with my mom.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah.
And we have big arguments, just like when I was in 7th grade, because I don't want to do it her way.
That's good. That's right.
And I realized there's nothing that I can't start today with that little brave step.
That's so beautiful. And so Jana gave us this idea to put poster boards downstairs that have two titles at the top. One is, what step would I take today if I were brave? And the other one is, what would I do this year if I had no fear? And we have a picture of those poster boards. They're in the hallway on the way to the fellowship hall. So we want to see as a community experience what you all write. And we will put that on our website, and so if you want it to be anonymous, don't put your name on it, But so there we have the lion and the courage, and the two. We wanted Anthony Baltazar, again created something else for us. So we thank you.
And what I'd love for us to do, I wrote down there on it already. You won't know which one is mine, but if we do the one on this side, then what's a first baby step that you could take today to start making that a reality? Just a baby step. What is your first baby step to make that a reality?
I love it. I love it. And so much a part of what we know about this experience of unity is to visualize, to start just being able to hold that in your mind. I'd wear lays. I learned some, hula. I'm never that good. But, just letting it be fun, because we got to break up the story of how something can't happen for something that it will. And get her CD. It doesn't look like this anymore. Mine does. But she has a two CD, and it has both of the songs on it. But I got to tell you, music, is the shift. It's the vibrational shift.
And may I say one more thing that wraps this all up in my story?
Please.
I was wanting to be the next big thing.
You are.
That night, when I got to Atlanta, I was eating dinner. I was meeting my friends. They said, we're going to go to 5 Points for dinner. I said, okay. So we start going to 5 Points for dinner. And I look down, and there's this theater, and it says, The Four Bitchin' Babes. A folk music show. Why did I look at that and say, I have got to go see this show? Julie Gold was one of the women, and she had written From a Distance. I knew that. And I was starting to see this deeper meaning in songs, that it wasn't just, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. And the things that might become number one. I had written my first song with that was deep and meaningful, heavy mental. I saw Julie Gold and I thought, I've got to go. I was starving. I told my friends, go to dinner. I'm going to go see this show. I went up. I was living on practically nothing, being a songwriter in Nashville. I said, I know the show has passed intermission. I just want to go in for a few minutes. Could I just go in and watch? And they said, we're going to have to charge you full price. So I stood there and I coughed it up. Since I was going to miss dinner, I used my money for dinner. I went into the show. I sat in front of those 4 women and I went, oh no, I'm a folk singer. How's that going to work? I'm going to continue to starve for the rest of my life. Not a good thing. But I went to Megan. She was pregnant at the time, and I was just smitten by Megan, her voice, her energy, everything. And I said, Miss McDonough, after the show, I waited, and when she came out to get her guitar, the place is almost finished. I said, Miss McDonough, I have a joke for you that you could tell on stage. I heard it on the radio this morning. This guy said, my wife is so pregnant that the only black bra that fits her is the one on the front of our Corvettes. And she said, thank you, that's funny. I went home thinking, what would I do today if I were brave? I went home and I wrote a letter to the Bitchin' Babes to say, if you ever have an opening in the Bitchin' Babes, would you consider me as a fill-in for one of the Bitchin' Babes? I never took the brave step of sending it.
Oh my gosh.
What would I do today if I were brave? How surprised was I later when Megan McDonough recorded What Would I Do Today If I Were Brave?
Beautiful.
And then, since I continued stalking her from that day forward,
like I do with you,
we finally wrote together and wrote, You Will Do Amazing Things.
Yes, beautiful. And I think we're very clear that you have let go of your whiny ass complaints and have become a bitchin' babe. So as we do what we do, that first step, as we are brave and considering this year without fear, let's meditate. And Megan, listen to me. Jana is going to lead us in amazing things, because we are born to go beyond, this fake superhero and trust the hero in you. So let's just allow yourself to relax in your chair and take all the joy of our Merry Land of Oz, our courage, our bravery, our divine inheritance of knowing that our opportunity and responsibility is just to keep moving forward. That's it. So relax into your greatness. You will do amazing things. We'll sing the chorus with Jana and just let it happen.
With a deep breath and softly can we sing, amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. I will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. And with every step I take, I bless the progress that I make. The reason I live is here in every gift I give. I love my life, I love my dreams, and I'm here to do amazing things. Sing it with us now. Amazing, amazing. I am here to do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I am here to do amazing things.
So we breathe into that new sentence. I am here to do amazing things. I am here to be amazing. And we listen to the swelling of our heart as we consider what is pulsating in you. We have this laughter of hearing these stories. We see our friend the lion that starts to cry as he starts to say it's not fun putting on a mask and needing to be scared. That we know that is part of our yellow brick road, and saying, what step would I take today since I am brave? What is the very small baby step that just moves me into a greater sense of light and love and laughter? We are here at Unity in Chicago by divine appointment. God loves us so much that we are drawn to this light like a flame, because we are here to let go of what doesn't fit and doesn't work and is from the past, and step into a bright new day. And it's the same for each and every one of us. I know if you consider everyone you've met in your life, we're all on the same path, experiencing the same things, although unique in the unforgettable, irreplaceable you. So Spirit, guide us to listen closely, carefully, and lovingly to whatever the next stirring of Spirit is. I trust the hero in me. So we breathe into this powerful silence filled with the vibration of each great soul here. So we rest in our greatness, in the silence, in the silence. So we hold that new idea in our heart. We surround it with so much love. It's like a baby being born. It's precious and it needs a lot of love. And so allow that next urge to pull you forward. Vision pulls us. And if you're led, you can write it on a sheet in your bulletin or downstairs on our poster to just anchor it for you today. And know that everything you need for that dream to blossom will be drawn to you easily and effortlessly. You are here to be amazing, and you are here to do amazing things.
Amazing, amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. I'm here to do amazing things.
That was a Megan McDonough ending.
Ending meditation music on a high note. So in this moment, we hold all of those names in our hearts, the names that may be on the screen. We send our light and our love to the folks that are affected by the situation in Nepal. And we share in a prayer of gratitude. Bea and Dwayne have heard that Hannah is safe. So we invite you to speak any names that are on your hearts, for those that you'd like held in this amazing prayer energy. We know and affirm that as each prayer is held in our hearts, spoken or written, it is already answered. Spirit's already done the work. And we give thanks for answered prayer. You say, thank you, God, and amen. We're your prayer chaplains for this morning's service. I'm Brian, this is Diane and Jill. We'll be in the Filma room on the right side of the sanctuary. Please join us in prayer. Know that everything that you share with us is held in confidentiality, and we are honored to hold the high watch with you and pray with you. Hope to see you.
Okay, so that blows me away. Are you guys powerful or what? So, wow, thank you. I'm so happy about Hannah. Yeah, oh boy. Power of prayer, you know? It's the most powerful thing there is. And we don't have to do anything. We just have to be and send and love and be open. So thank you for the opportunity to remind us how powerful we are in spirit. Wow. Oh, boy. All right. So I'm going to announce our tithes because we are a tithing community and 10% of everything that comes into this church goes back out into the world. I have a feeling we'll be sending next month money to the Nepal efforts, right? So because of your conscious giving, during the month of December, we are, obviously we have a little type, during the month of March, we are tithing over $8,900. To make a difference in our community and the world. Each month we tithe to Goldie's Place, a support center in our neighborhood for people who are homeless. And also to Unity Worldwide Ministries, our parent organization, and to Silent Unity, our round-the-clock resource for prayer. This month, we're tithing to these sources of spiritual nourishment. The Night Ministry. Since 1976, the Night Ministry has provided meals and other services at the moment of need on the street. Chicago's most vulnerable youth and adults. Unity's own Night Ministry team participates in the good work of this organization by preparing brown bag meals monthly and distributing them on designated street corners. And it's a powerful group here. Patty Dahlquist is taking over the leadership. You want to stand, Patty? And let's thank her. Yes, thanks, Patty. And thank you all for showing up on that last Thursday and make those wonderful sandwiches in brown bags. We're tithing to Reverend Dr. Chris Michaels and the Center for Spiritual Living in Kansas City. Chris was with us for Sunday services and also met with our board to provide training, and he tithed his time, so we are tithing back to him. For 25 years, Chris has inspired, empowered, and educated others to find their true calling. You'll enjoy studying the book that we did, The Power of You. We are tithing to Reverend Edwin Gaines and the Edwin Gaines Seminars Incorporated. Edwin has made 100% commitment to the transformation of the abundance consciousness of the world. Oh, has she ever. She is the author of the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. We'll be using that this year. An ordained Unity minister since 1979. She looks so young for 40. But anyway, owner and director of Rock Ridge Retreat Center in Valley Head, Alabama, where we're all going to go and walk over fire someday soon. Yes. She's the president of the Master School in Valley Head, Alabama, where she's trained over 500 Master Prosperity teachers. Our next tithe is to the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition, the annual NOCC Walk to End the Silence on Ovarian Cancer is May the 9th. We hold in our hearts our beloved Reverend Erica Trantham and Mary Lee Riley, both of whom were great teachers on living life to the fullest while they experienced ovarian cancer. You may register for the walk online or at Cellular Field the day of the walk. Is it the 2nd or the 9th? I thought it's the 2nd. All right, so I apologize. We are tithing to Northside Community Resources that was organized in 1952 to improve the quality of life in Rogers Park through social, civic, and educational initiatives that foster health and welfare, urban renewal and conservation, law enforcement, and community organization. Programs include housing, multicultural resources, and senior services. We're also tithing to the AIDS Ride. Carl Brandt, who's with us today, Patty Dahlquist, our congregants. I thought it was a nice drive to Lake Geneva, but bicycling, really? I'm very impressed. They're congregating the AIDS Chicago's a 2-day, 190-mile bicycling event created by volunteers and designed to raise need monies for TPAN and community partners. They're getting thinner by the day, I can tell, with all this biking, my gosh. And finally, we're tithing to Empower Music and Arts. We were treated to a wonderful concert on Friday night with Richard McDeasy and Sue Riley, along with Megan McDonough. Jana Stanfield is part of the Empower Music and Arts. It's a community dedicated to creating positive global change through music, written, and the spoken word. Remember that tithe suggestions come from you all, the congregants. To make a suggestion, please email your ideas to suggesttithe@unitychicago.org. And we know and affirm that our tithes make an impact on individual lives and the world around us. Please join me in our affirmation. We are making a difference in the world. And give yourselves a hand. My gosh. So we're here to celebrate abundance. We're here to celebrate our flow in many ways, and certainly our financial flow. So we give by recognizing where we've received, and so I invite you to give from where you've received, give here where you get spiritually fed, and just keep all of this beautiful building and grounds and all of us rocking and rolling with light, love, and laughter. So I invite you to hold that one of many channels of good in your hand. If you can write a check, obviously, to Unity. We have an electronic giving site. There is actually an app that we're going to introduce next week. Yes, it's the Easy Tithe app, so you pull your phones back out. But we'll work with that next week, I know, just for that. So I invite you, if you'll just put your hands together, and if you're giving in the prosperity class, just pass your hands over the basket. If you give in another way, just breathe into the energy of gratitude and prosperity. knowing that we cannot outgive God. It is so exciting to look at all the ways we receive. Certainly love and comfort is one, but we also receive this beautiful green energy that says, in God we trust. So it's a beautiful way to keep that flow going. And so let's say together our conscious giving blessing. Divine love richly flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we've added on, thank you for the blessings of this day. Thank you for the blessings on the way. And Jana is going to lead us in a song of hers called More Than Enough, and you all can sing the chorus. Good luck with the rest of it, but the chorus is what we're going to sing together, all right?
I have more than enough, just listen, of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed, I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Now there's a really easy part to get us going. It goes like this. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. 3 more of those. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. 2 more. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Here we go. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed. I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Sing out, hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. I'm gonna do it just one more time to lock this in our brains and let this song be a little earworm that stays with us through the week. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed. I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Sing it with me. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Last time. Hey, na, 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 more than enough.
Thank you. Too fun. I tell you, we got a choir going on here. This is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. All right. A great earworm. More than enough. So let's breathe into that feeling of more than enough. We have all that we need. We always have, and we will always have everything we need. And as we live that way, we get to experience all these surprises that we may have missed if we don't focus and know that we are more than enough. So we bless these tithes and these love offerings, and we know that they enliven this church. Everyone that walks in feels this amazing energy that you all bring. We love to move energy. We move love. We move money. Money loves to move. Let's say it together. Money loves to move. And in our blessing, we bless these offerings together. We bless these offerings. They allow unity in Chicago. Together, they allow unity in Chicago to thrive magnificently. To thrive magnificently. I am abundance. I am prosperity. I am a blessing. And I am blessed. And I am more than enough. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Appreciate it. All right. Char Bennington, tithing her time today, and our ever-moving, yes, yeah, right, yes, we'll do it together. See, I don't get to the gym enough, but I know on Sunday morning I have this platform. There we go. Okay. All right, there you go.
Okay. We do have a great choir here. You all sound beautiful together with wonderful leadership. So, just married. Unity members John and Matthew were legally married last night by our own Reverend Heidi. And for the first time...
So maybe we could have the other announcement first. I'm supposed to take a video to send them.
Okay, so we're going to go on to and then I'll tell you about those beautiful flowers.
Yes.
Here's what's going on. I'm going to give you just a few updates. Have you had your eye on one of Howard Frank's gorgeous photographs in the gallery? If so, you'll want to purchase it today because this is the final day for Howard's exhibit. This, beautiful photos. This Monday at 7 p.m., Lynette Hanover offers her seminar titled Career Success with Prayer, Meditation, and Visualization. Admission is $20. And then this Wednesday, our cafe is hosted by Michelle Schmall and Mark Burns and features hoisin chicken, pad thai, Asian salad, and chocolate dipped strawberries. Yeah, the cafe begins at 6, and then at 7:30 we will experience a planetary meditation for peace and pranic healing with Dr. Legenia Bailey. Is she here today? I haven't seen her yet. Okay. A deeply, deeply enriching healing evening. And then note the new date for Skip Sam's amazing mystical cabaret is June 26th at 7:30 p.m. And then, do you want to do? Okay, so back, repeat. Just married. Unity members John and Matthew were legally wed last night by our own Reverend Heidi. And for the first time announced as Mr. John and Mr. Matthew Scothorn. A message from them, we are so happy and we love our Unity family. So they donated the gorgeous flowers today that are right behind me. Reverend Heidi's recording because she's going to send a video of all of us celebrating them. Matt and John's wedding took place yesterday, so we congratulate them, and we are thrilled for them. Let's have one more. And now a first-timer's welcome for those of you that have joined us for the first time. We are glad that you are here. We hope you've enjoyed our today's message, the Wizard of Oz series, and we hope to see you again. We have a small gift as a reminder of your time here. So if this is your first visit, please raise your hands so we can find you, along with the carnation that you will get. There's a couple over here, a couple back here. Who's got a couple more in the back? Keep them up because we have, so we can find you. There's a couple back here, one over here. Yay! Lots of hands. Many, many hands. And along with the carnation you are receiving, we invite you to stop by our welcome zone, which is on the first floor. There is a big blue welcome banner outside, and you can also get a free welcome CD, so we're glad you're here. And now, let us welcome back the very fabulous, talented Jana Stanfield.
Another word for brave is courage. Courage comes from the French word courage, heart, spirit. A lot of women wouldn't describe themselves as brave. This has been shown in studies. Good. But we can change that word to courage, acting from heart and spirit. Heart and spirit. There's a brave soul inside I'm still longing to be. Buried so deep she's like a distant memory. She's sick and tired of waiting, holding her breath, wants to wake up and shake up the life I've got left.
There's someone in my mirror whose voice keeps getting clearer, asking what would I do this year if I had no fear. No fear here. So I'm making a list of things I haven't done in life and my whiny ass excuses for why I never try. The Palomino never ridden, the piano never played, and I realize there's nothing that I can't start today. There's someone in my mirror whose voice keeps getting clearer, asking what would I do this year if I had no fear. No fear here, no fear here. Da 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 da. Try that. No fear here. Da 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 da. Let's affirm it. No fear here. Da 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 da. One more. No fear here. Da 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 da. So now that there's no fear, what's going to go on that list downstairs of what you would do this year? And your first what would I do today step. Here's mine. So I'm starting with my A list: Africa and Asia, Auckland, Antarctica, Alaska and Australia. Next comes my B list: be confident, be brave, be daring enough to refuse to behave. Oh yeah. There's someone in my mirror whose voice keeps getting clearer, asking what would I do this year if I had no fear. There's no fear here, no fear here. Sing it with me. Da da da. Thank you.
So glad.
Thank you for this wonderful Sunday. Wonderful spirit here. Wonderful.
Beautiful. Yes, all right. So we do have our prize announcement. We wait until the end, that we have our own Barbara Woodbury, who has blossomed.
The last time I wore this ridiculous hat, I was after your money. This time I'm after your bodies.
Okay.
You were so generous with your money that in 2 weeks we've got flowers galore that you donated to the church.
Yes.
There's only one problem with that. We don't have enough people to plant the flowers. That's why I'm after your bodies. Raise your hand if you know how to dig a hole. Everybody's hand should be up. You all know how to dig a hole. On May the 9th, that's a Saturday, at 9:30 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Now, I know some of you are thinking, I'm not getting up at 9:30 in the morning. That's okay. We'll be here till 3 in the afternoon. Some of you are thinking, I'm not going to be here from 9:30 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. That's okay. You don't have to. You just have to come for about an hour. If you want to stay longer than that, that's fine too. We'd love to have you. We only have 2 requirements, Tom Lang and I. You have to be willing to have fun, okay? The second requirement is you have to sign up today after the service. because we feed you lunch, okay? But if we're going to feed you lunch, we have to know you're coming. So I'll be downstairs in the friendship room, and come and sign up so we know how much food to buy, okay? We don't want you going hungry. So come have fun with us in 2 weeks on Saturday. And we know you know how to dig a hole.
That's great. Okay, and just to know that Janice Stanfield has a table out there. You can go visit with her, janicestanfield.com, and she has a 2 CD experience. So both these songs are on it and lots of others. So let's welcome our VIPs, our kids. Yes. Good. Okay, Jenny, you want to?
Hello, you'll notice that we have some friends that are not up here with us right now, and that is because they are currently in the garden practicing for our youth run service, which is next week. It has become a tradition, and they have been working so hard, and I can tell you, I've been watching all the run-throughs. It's going to be amazing. And our theme this year is...
All right, very good.
Please join us.
And can you all lead us in our affirmation with your cards? And you all are the ones doing this the best. Okay, so I'm gonna partner with you, Kevin. Okay. So can we turn it over so we can read it? Okay, very good. Okay, so everybody get your affirmation card, and we're gonna say it together. Our kids will lead us. I boldly and bravely step into the life I was born to live. And let's all stand and weave ourselves together. Who wants to lead this?
We rush together, unity and love.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God holds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God walks with us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yea, God. Yea, God.